Do you hear that sound? That is the sound of a game called Hearthstone. A wonderful game that is a card-based game. Oh, did I mention this is Sidecar Games? Did I mention I'm Kevin Manley? Did I mention that I'm really terrible at intros? Well, that is the case. So today, what we are doing is we are playing a frozen game, a game that freezes when I try to do things. And the main thing that we're going to be looking at is Control. So this is a Control Shaman that I found on Hearthstone. I believe it is by Strife Crow. I'm not entirely sure. I should have checked this, so sorry for getting that information wrong. But that's not really the point of this show. The point of this show is that I'm going to talk to you guys and possibly commentate on the video game, possibly just tell you some stories, possibly just have some fun, and hopefully you'll interact in the comments down below. If you have anything that you would like to hear me talk about, some random bullshit, we'll do this. Cool things about this deck before we begin, I will talk a little bit more about the deck, is you have N'Zoth, but what's weird about this N'Zoth play in here is we only have Sylvanas, we have Infested Tauren, and then we have Karen Bloodhoof. And I had to pretty much extinguish the 3,000 gold I had to open up packs, to build up enough dust, to make this bad boy, to make this deck, because I really wanted to play it, because it looked fun. It looked fantastic. Check out this. We got Astral Spirit. What's cool about that, we can play that on the Sylvanas, play that on the Karen Bloodhoof, and then with that, we can get more of the plays with the N'Zoth. But it's very control-y, so we have some taunt minions in here. That's cool. That's really cool. So yeah, we are going to be getting started here. I am just checking the time to make sure that I don't ramble on too long here. Much longer than I'd like to, and we'll begin. So what I wanted to talk about today is I was thinking about how should I kick this off? How should I start off my solo series with Sidecar Games, which is going to be probably pretty Hearthstone-centric. And instead of, just rambling on about Hearthstone, as I do with my friend Chris, when we hang out, we talk about Hearthstone as much as our friends Ryan and Dustin talk about vapes. Vape Nation, dog. It's ridiculous. They talk about vapes all the time. Oh, look at this. I have a deck tracker. Isn't that nice? So, I was trying to think about what I can do beyond just talking about the game, talking about what my choices are. If you saw my rank, it's pretty dang low. I'm not that fantastic at this game, probably mostly because I don't play that often. But if you look down here at my win rate, 0 to 4, 0% win rate with this deck. We're not looking fantastic to start it off, but you know what? I have had some success with it without using the deck tracker, so we'll see how it goes. But so I was thinking about what I can do to start off this venture into Sidecar Games land, and I was thinking, we have a motorcycle as our logo, and I used to not ride a motorcycle. In fact, I've never ridden one, except for one time at this place called Campland on the Bay. One of my family friends, he was a friend of my grandpa growing up. He had a motorcycle, and he would take me out on, rides around the community, and, it was really fun. I always wanted to ride a motorcycle, but it turns out I'm not super coordinated. I am very, very clumsy. I fall a lot. I look ridiculous. I have 2 clubbed feet. So probably not best to ride around on a Rocket of Doom. So instead, I drove a car. And as I was turning 16 years old, I really wanted a Mustang. And my parents wanted me to have their old beat-up Explorer. They were like, this is a perfect starting car for Kevin, but I wanted a Mustang. My grandpa had a Mustang. I was a huge fan of Mustangs. I wanted to be cool. And when you're 16 years old, nothing is more important than being cool and talking to the ladies. And I wasn't great at one of these things. Being cool was that thing. I wasn't good at either of them. Let's be honest. Let's be frank. I've never been known to be good with the ladies or be good with being cool. But I figured if I got myself a Mustang, I could look cool and I could inspire some awe. I don't even know what that means. But so I did not inspire awe. I just plain looked ridiculous. But it wasn't until I had my Mustang that I felt cool. That first car, it was a red 2001 Mustang, and I loved that car. That car was my baby. I named it Sheila because Sheila's a great name. Sheila is a very warm and nurturing sounding name, and that's how I wanted my car to feel. And every car should have a female's name. That is what I've been told. So I honored that tradition by naming her Sheila. So, I named her Sheila, and like most idiots, when I first got my car, I drove, let's say, recklessly. I was not wise. I had the Mustang, so of course, in my mind, you have to drive fast. If you're going to drive a sports car, you got to look cool in that sports car, and you only look cool if you're cruising down the freeway at top speeds. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I would do. One of my favorite streets was this long, windy road in the side country of Vista, if you will. And I had some friends that lived on this road, and I would hear stories before I could drive of kids driving around on this road, driving really fast, way too fast. And I would always think to myself as a freshman and sophomore, when I get a Mustang, I'm going to be safe. I'm going to be cool. I'm going to drive like a grandma. And I did that at first until a certain point where friends got in the car. And when friends get in the car, you have to look impressive. You have to flaunt your stuff. So I would drive fast. And on this road, I would drive fast. On the freeways, I would drive fast. I was just generally unsafe. And that's not something to be proud of. It's something I'm relatively ashamed of. But it's something that was very fun at the time. And apparently I did it safe enough to the point where I did not get killed. Not by lack of trying, apparently, because there have been times where I was driving on this windy road and it was a little bit slick, and I was practicing my drifting because, you know, me and my infinite knowledge of how drifting works, I figured I can drift. Don't any new drivers out there? If you want to feel cool, don't try drifting because it's terrifying as hell. But if you commit to it long enough and scare yourself quite a bit, you will become nowhere near proficient at it, but you will believe that you are. And that's a dangerous place to be as a young lad, when you're driving the streets acting like a maniac. You never want to do something that puts yourself in harm, and especially you never want to do things that put others at harm. And that's what I did. So one of the best examples is driving on this road. I was coming around this tight corner, and I was drifting all around, and I was getting the curves right, and then I hit this one corner, and my car went parallel to the road. Scared the living bejesus out of me. I could not understand how I had gotten myself in that predicament. It was just scary. Imagine being on a 2-lane road, 1 lane going north, 1 lane going south, and you are parallel. And at any point, a car can be coming around. Every single turn is a blind turn. So someone could just barrel right through and barrel into you. And fortunately, that did not happen, but it was enough to scare me. But other things that I did, I would go down to San Diego with my friends. And San Diego, downtown San Diego is about a 40-minute drive from where I am. And there's nothing, at the time, there was especially nothing to do for people my age. the young crowd, if you will. And hold on, I need to take care of some business. I'm gonna draw my cards. All right, so I was very. There's not a lot to do up in North County. I mean, now it's a lot better with the brewery scene, but before we didn't even have that. And even if we did have it, we weren't 21 yet. We were 18, 19 years old, and our fun activity that we could do was we could drive down to San Diego, go to a dance club that was 18 or over, which, you know, are the coolest dance clubs. But then also we would go to hookah bars, and we would enjoy hookah and feel like we're so cool smoking out of this, you know, the giant pipes, and it's this crazy thing, and there's liquid, and you're like, oh, I'm trying to blow smokos and all that, and it's all good fun. But what's interesting about it all is, sorry, this is hard to tell stories on Hearthstone, let me tell you. Still getting used to this. Oh my gosh, did I just give him 2 cards? That's crazy. So what's interesting about all of this is I had respectable parents that, even though I was over 18, I was living under their roof, and they still put guidelines on me. Holy shit, that's bad for us. He just has 2 missed callers? I didn't know you could put 2 of those in your deck. Jeez, I need to build. Oh, he's getting them off of. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Okay, guys, I don't know if you just saw that, but this guy just won the game. So if you're wondering why I'm not terribly fantastic at this game, this pretty much cements it for you right here. He just played 3 missed callers in the same game. Apparently, this guy's a secret shaman. I didn't not know that Rogue could stuff shaman cards in their deck like this, but apparently he could just pick up 3 legendaries no matter what. Maybe I should put Mistcaller in this deck. It would not work at all. So, you know, you go to... Holy shit. Holy shit. I am getting completely wrecked. This is bad. This is bad, everyone. Oh no. I don't even know how to handle this. We're just going to play 2 of those, play 1 of those, and call it a day. Oh my gosh. So I had respectable parents growing up that, even though I was over the age of 18, they were like, hey, you can live at home while you're going through college. You can save up money, but we're going to have minor rules. And, you know, it was a 2 a.m. curfew. They're like, we don't want you waking us up past 2 a.m. We stay up kind of late as it is, but 2 a.m., you're pushing it, pal, right? And so that would be my curfew. And, like, you know, I would get made fun of all the time with my friends and that. They're like, oh, you have a curfew and you're over 18 years old, ha, 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 you know, like that kind of stuff. But it never really bothered me because I was like, I understand, like, there's reasons why they would do that. And I don't, like, they're asking me to do it. Like, I could be a dick and just completely disregard it, or I can, you know, abide by it and just be cool about it. But my way of going about being cool about it was not wise. As I've grown up with age, I look back on it and I'm like, God, I was so dumb. I was such a dummy. So we would leave. I told you a little bit earlier that San Diego's, holy crap, a 7/7 Earth, Wind, Farseer. That is just absolutely bonkers. I've never seen stats this high. This is remarkable. So, I'm kidding. This is one of the craziest games I've ever played. Holy shit. No. I'm just, like, I'm still at 30 health. He's just been waiting to obliterate me with his ridiculous combo that he has going on. I just haven't been pulling the cards to deal with. Okay. So, as I was saying, there's no way I'm going to win. Yeah, so it's a 40-minute drive back from San Diego, and I would find myself in the situation where we go to the nightclub, which opened at, I believe, 10 o'clock. And we'd usually grab dinner first. We go to the nightclub, which like opened at 10. And then after we left the nightclub at like midnight, we would go to the hookah bar. And like you want to spend your time when you're at a hookah bar. Like you don't want to just like go there, spend a couple of minutes there and leave. Like you spend like $20 on the hookah. I'm just gonna fucking do this here. You can have more Sylvani. There's no way I'm winning. You can go down and, you know, do your hookah thing and all that, and it's all hunky-dory and fine, but you want to spend at least an hour and a half there, because you got to get your money's worth. And what's cool about that is that, you know, you're hanging out at a cool place, it's all good, it's all fine, it's all dandy. What's bad about that is that, you know, you're leaving at 1:20, and I mean, like 1:20, and you have a 2 o'clock curfew, and that puts you in a weird place. That puts you in a place where you have to drive 100 miles an hour to get back home to meet your 2 o'clock curfew. That seems a little strange, but you still have it anyway, and you still respect it. So that's what I would do, and it was dumb of me. And why are you clearing my board? Just kill me. Just kill me, please. This is asinine. So you go through all that, and you're driving home like a madman. You're acting crazy. You're being ridiculous. You're not being intelligent with yourself, and you're not helping people. You're just putting people in danger, putting lives in danger, just because you wanted to hang out longer. And that's what I did very consistently. And yeah, I don't really feel good about it now. It gave me a lot of stories. I thank my lucky stars every single day that I stayed safe and that I did not hurt anyone. But I did learn a lot. So this has been one episode of me just telling you guys random stories and playing Hearthstone. I hope you enjoyed that ridiculous game. That was crazy, right? Yeah, so I'm going to end this episode, and keep following us. If you want to hear more stories and more craziness, just let me know, and yeah, just put it in the comments. Love to hear from you guys. Have a good one. Peace.